Hello, Mother. This is Half Mental, the show that's 90% baseball and the other half mental, and now totally live.
For the first time ever.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Holt. And I'm not as sad as I was last night.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you've had a day.
I'm going to be okay.
So. Tonight's show is brought to you by Austin Brewing Carbach.
Our first ever sponsor.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
It's not true.
Drinking a fine Carbach Oktoberfest in celebration of October baseball.
Right.
And the Houston Astros being up 4-1 in their Game 5 right now. So we've
got a frame.
We've got the
what was that?
That was a thumbs up.
Oh, cool. Slightly out of frame. We have the Astros-Rays game going on right here.
So we're going to hit you with reactions from the first 3 series that have wrapped up.
Live, up to date. You've heard it here first.
And current potential updates. We 1 out in the 7th. Josh Reddick up to bat. Bases empty. Castillo pitching. Castillo pitched great in Game 4.
The Astros scored these 4 runs in the first. Correct?
Yeah, it was the second best first inning in this divisional series.
That's crazy. Only short 1 run. The Dodgers last night scored 3 in the first. No, they didn't. It was 2. Never mind.
Okay.
And then 1 in the third or second. Anyway.
So the Cardinals led off in the top half of the first inning, scored 10 runs. They scored 9.
J.J. Reddick to center field.
Little blooper drops.
Let them drop. Sometimes they just drop.
They scored 9 runs before recording their second out. And their first out was a sacrifice bunt, which didn't fully register until I continued.
Yeah, it was. I was listening to it, and it was just wild. It felt. I kept turning to coworkers, being like, "The Cardinals have scored 10 runs," and people were just like, "I don't know. What do they do?"
Yeah, I was also trying to relate to and I was like, "Oh my God, we scored 4 runs in the first inning," and then I checked, and I was like, "We scored 8 runs in the first inning." Great. Can we continue discussing the? We can't.
So yeah, who else advanced? What's going on? Cardinals advanced.
They'll
play the Nationals.
The Braves haven't won a postseason series
since 2001.
They've had a pretty rough run, actually.
Yeah, it's weird to me that 2001 is
really long ago.
18 years ago.
Yeah.
When they said they haven't had a postseason win since 2001, I was like, oh, that's not so bad. And then I was like, oh wait, that losing streak could buy cigarettes. I see we have 2 viewers. What's up? What's up out there?
Hey guys. Thanks so much.
Wasn't ready for all this. Braves went down and
the Yankees,
a historic way.
Yeah.
The Yankees
just humiliated the Twins.
Agreed.
The Twins have lost. Is it?
I think it's 15 consecutive postseason games
against the Yankees.
Oh, I thought it was just in general.
No, they have all been against the Yankees.
Yikes!
So in 2004, Johan Santana.
I believe it's Johan
Santana. Santana. Sorry, that was
you got it that
time. Started against the Yankees. I think I saw Jock Jones hit a home run, kind of a hilarious 2004 game. And since then, they've lost, I think it was 16 in a row.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Really bad. It's amazing.
It's weird. It must feel. I just can't imagine how it feels to just run through the regular season and then just to be bounced in the first round. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I can't. I know exactly what that feels like.
So, I think the Dodgers' postseason record the last few years, it's sort of a real existential issue, I think.
Oh, yeah. Is it
better to love and lost than to never have loved at all?
I'm asking myself that.
So
I was asking myself that on Game 2.
The Dodgers, for those who don't know, have been to the last 2 World Series.
Right. Ever since we
And-
started this stupid show.
Lost both. And 7 consecutive division championships. Is that right?
No.
5? It's solid. I mean, it's...
Oh, division. I'm sorry. I was thinking
Not
about
division
division series. My
No,
bad.
no.
It's 7 in a row.
Yeah. You guys have been very successful.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really feel like it.
We kind of, as Clayton Kershaw goes, so do the Dodgers. Like he's a great regular season pitcher. We're a great regular season baseball team.
I just wish... I don't know. I mean, your bullpen blew the game other than Kershaw, I guess. But, like...
Not really. I mean...
Here's what I wish. I wish Kershaw could have come in and gotten that strikeout to end the 7th.
And then they hand the ball
And
over,
then they give the ball to somebody else.
and they treat it like... So I'm...
Like, that out by Kershaw was extra.
Right.
Like, cool, thanks, man.
Whoa.
What?
No, I just liked the term.
Yeah.
Extra.
That's bonus.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what I mean. I see
Okay.
what you thought I meant.
Yeah.
Um,
And it was on 3 pitches, too. We're live right now. I
yeah,
should have answered
come
that.
on. I know. I sort of thought.
Yeah, he comes in, throws 3 pitches, gets Adam Eaton.
Yeah. Just let it be his kind of cool. That's fine.
In hindsight, definitely should have been the end of his leash. Then I kind of honestly wish the Rendon pitch was the end of his leash. But man, if you look at that Rendon pitch,
Is that the one that was like off his shoelaces?
yeah, I mean, I was obviously upset and mad last night, but like looking at the Rendon pitch, it was like a freakish.
Well,
I
and
guarantee you throw that to him 10 more times and he hits 0 home. Like it was just awesome.
well, yeah, and in Rendon and Soto, it's like 2 top 15 hitters probably
Right.
in the National League. So, I mean, you don't expect back-to-back home runs.
So,
But I don't know. I mean,
obviously everyone wants Dave Roberts' head on
a
a
lot of
platter,
that going around.
and even Clayton Kershaw. But I think, after thinking about it a lot, what sports boils down to is you establish how your team plays and what they're good at, and then you do that. You know what I mean? Like you have 162 games to establish
Like
what makes your
a team identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the worst thing you could do is allow your opponent to dictate the way you play, to vary from what makes your team successful.
Okay.
And I feel like we did that last night. So this whole series, the Nationals have started their starters and then they bring their starters in from the bullpen. We never do that. We have never done that because we have a good bullpen.
Yeah.
There's no reason to do that.
Right.
So last night we say 2 days before the game, like, oh, we're going to start 2 starters. We're going to be just like them. And we've got 2 aces too. Check this out. And so we bring in a guy that never comes in from the bullpen.
Who was in the bullpen still? Like
Kolarek,
who's been great.
Who's only come into the game to face Juan Soto. Never pitched last night. That people are upset about Kenley. I'm not. Kenley Jansen. If Kershaw wouldn't have blown the game, Kenley would have blown it. Like, so I'm not.
So Kenley didn't pitch either.
Kenley did not pitch, and I'm fine with that. He earned himself that that destiny or whatever. Like he blew a lot of saves this year, and he was rough towards the end of the year. So I was fine with not seeing him.
I mean, in continuing your sort of thesis of being who you were in the regular season, Joe Kelly is who he was in the regular season. I mean, I don't know about a grand slam to win the game, but like Joe Kelly gave you a good inning, and then in the second inning, all the wheels came off, and it was like, yeah, that's going to happen when you try to pitch Joe Kelly 2 innings every once in a while.
Yep.
Which is a shame. I liked Joe Kelly. I've always liked Joe Kelly as a St. Louis fan.
I mean, I still like Joe Kelly.
I thought he was a great signing for you guys. He had a decent year for you.
So
he had some pretty rough games, like individual games.
Right. He had a rough first half of the season and really calmed down after that. But I guess another thing I don't really understand is like I'm actually okay with the fact that Joe Kelly came out.
Can I give a quick game update?
Yeah.
So in again, in keep with your identity, 7th inning, Astros have only used Garrett Cole as a pitcher. He's gotten 8 strikeouts, allowed
only 8 strikeouts.
I know.
What's wrong?
Not that many.
What's wrong with him?
The Rays have 2, 4, 6. Just brought in their 8th pitcher after 6 2/3 for them.
See, and they're keeping it close.
Yeah,
they're in the game. Would say, stay in the fight.
One of my favorite things that you do in postseason baseball is the opponent that your team is facing starts to bug the hell out of you, and you act like it's not because they're beating you.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. And if anyone is if anyone is like totally cool and understanding about the way Juan Soto takes a pitch, it is so annoying.
What is it? Tell me about it.
Okay, so, oh man, my computer is screaming.
4 viewers, thanks 4 guys.
Yeah, what's up? So we've never been live before.
Yeah.
So Juan Soto will take a pitch, and I don't know if you ever watch Major League Baseball, but a lot of these pitchers will throw a ball intentionally it's called a setup pitch.
Sure.
Juan Soto takes a pitch, like aggressively turns and faces the pitcher and does this like shuffle thing with his feet every time.
How funny.
And if I was a pitcher, I thought Bueller last night was going to tell him to just F off.
I'm surprised he didn't.
I know. And listen, Soto's a great baseball player. I have nothing wrong with the way he like plays the game with energy and all that stuff.
He's got a funny stance. He has like a reverse bow-legged stance too.
Yeah, the way he toes in.
Yeah,
I like that. I feel like
it's working for him.
But I just feel like the way he takes pitches is like, all right, relax. Like
I'll have to find that. Or I'll see.
Don't worry, you'll see it plenty, and then you'll come back to the show and be like, Holt was right.
Holt was right.
Juan Soto's a bitch.
Juan Soto's a bitch. You heard it here first, guys.
So
speaking of
bottom 7th, quick update. Bottom 7th, still 4-1. Man on first.
Speaking of people that are 100% that bitch, did you ever watch Mike Schultz's post-game speech to the team?
I didn't watch it, but I read it.
It was pretty intense.
Yeah, that's not the guy I expected him to be.
It looks like, from the looks of it, Randy Arozarena, who's like our 24th guy on the roster, I don't think he appeared in the divisional. I don't think he did. If he did, it was like a pinch runner. Live streamed the manager speaking to the team. And it was really intense.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Were the managers cool with that? Do they know what's happening?
I mean, everyone has to know by now. I don't think people would be cool with it, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean, there's reporters in the room and stuff, but there's like a little bit of a different vibe there.
Did you notice that 2 balls? Did you watch the game last night? Dodgers Nats?
Some. I mean, not.
2 balls ended up in the fencing last night.
Yeah. So one of them went like all the way through somehow.
Yeah, it was Jock's.
Yeah, that was
hilarious.
Doc thought he hit a home run. He ran around 5. Oh, we got
a comment.
Chris Irwin, you think the Dodgers will scapegoat Roberts even though it's computer models calling the shots? So interesting. Roberts.
Thanks for the comment, Chris.
Yeah, really cool. I mean, Roberts after the game said he knew that the stats didn't back up pitching Kershaw, but that's what his gut told him. Or he had a quote like that.
Yeah.
And then there's a contradicting quote from the Rays manager that said something like, if we're making choices based on our gut, it's because the coaching staff isn't well prepared. Which is pretty interesting. Yeah, there we go.
Wow. Viewers just really popped up after my family text popped
yeah,
off.
really great.
I don't think Dave Roberts is going anywhere, but
he's got a window. I mean,
it can't happen again. I don't know. I think at this point you start playing the Cubs card saying that like we're cursed.
Hi, El Pagano.
Are we cursed?
Cursed.
I don't know, Chris. What do you think?
Yeah, let us know. The Dodgers are too stable of a organization, I think, to fire Dave Roberts based on a postseason game. Right?
Yeah, I really don't know. And I would actually, Chris, if you're still watching, I'd be curious to hear what you think of this. But I get it, and I'm feeling it a lot right now. But like nothing really matters until you start winning in the postseason.
Yeah.
Especially with how the Dodgers have been lately, just constantly in it. Like we just keep losing in the postseason. So
Jared Diamond, for the Wall Street Journal sports editor, baseball columnist, head baseball guy, his big article today was like basically none of the stuff matters because the Dodgers can't win it. Do you need me to read that? I think the LA fans don't have too much more stomach for Dave, Marty Schottenheimer, Roberts situation. Yeah, I mean, there's a long list of bridesmaids who could never break through. And the Dodgers have found themselves in that on that list.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been curious because like today at work, I got the update that was like Gabe Kapler's out as the Phillies manager.
Oh shit, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Gabe Kapler's out.
Wow.
And so I have been wondering if that's just going to pop up on my phone one of these days. Like Dave Roberts is out.
I think we talked about this last time, but like after Joe Madden got fired, like 5 other teams fired their manager. And I'm sure it's because they all think they're going to go get Joe Madden.
Right.
But only one of them can. And I'm not convinced that Joe Madden's that good of a manager.
Does Gabe Kapler even get a job?
I don't know. He probably has to go back and like rehab a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. What's up, Evan? I'm okay.
We're at 10. Oh no, somebody just turned that off. That's hilarious.
Thanks for the text, Evan. So what do you think about the Nats? Actually, can I tell you what I think about the Nats?
Yeah.
I think you guys are going to kick their butts.
I sort of do too.
I think you guys, I think it's probably Cardinals in 5. Like, I do not buy into this.
He was worried about you.
I'm sorry, man. I got not a lot, but I got some texts last night and I just couldn't. I didn't want to look at my phone even. I know there's been a whole day, but I'm just now like smiling again. So
I'm really pleased with your general outlook.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. We'll be back there and we'll lose again next year.
I think.
Wait, we got another one. Man, the chat's just popping off.
Yeah.
You guys rock.
Eddie D. Joe Madden will be in a broadcast booth next year, telling very annoying, self-aggrandizing anecdotes. I think the broadcast booths are too full of people.
I think this is called the Big Smooth. Shut up, Joe.
Did you have the pleasure of seeing? I'm sure you did, as a baseball viewer, Jeff Francoeur in the booth. Very awkward.
Yeah.
I think his commentary is fine, but then when he gets on camera, he doesn't know what to do.
He also was like way too patterny. He had like a checked shirt on, like picnic table check, with like a spot, like a dotted tie.
Yeah.
So
come for the baseball, stay for the fashion advice.
Yep, that's right. Stay for the 2018 World Series hoodie. I was 6 outs away from purchasing the postseason hoodie this year.
And you avoided it?
I avoided it, but man, it was cool.
Yeah. I love your dedication to postseason gear.
I know. I'm wondering if there's a sale, I might pick it up.
Thanks to viewer Michael for noticing my tight shirt.
So yeah, sorry. So I don't think you can ride 3 pitchers. 4 if you count Corbin twice. No,
Doolittle.
4 if you count the not even Doolittle. We saw Doolittle twice. But they have that closer at the end of the game. Robinson. Can't remember his name.
Doolittle got the last out last night, didn't he?
Right. But that was only the second time we saw him.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it has to stop. And I have talked plenty about how great Max Scherzer is, but it can't continue to work. Right?
Right. Garrett Cole just threw his 103rd pitch tonight at 100 miles an hour.
It's pretty good.
It's still 4-1 in the top of the 8th.
A lot of Cardinal fans were not upset, but surprised. We were up 13-0 after 3, and Cardinal starter and ace Jack Flaherty still threw 104 pitches.
Oh, I didn't realize he threw that many.
It was a full game.
Yeah.
Some people said he shouldn't have even actually thrown a pitch. Holt said that.
I said that, which is probably stupid.
Other people did too.
Which is maybe stupid.
Yeah, I think you just got to keep him in his rhythm.
Right.
And you can still pitch him twice.
I don't know about 104 pitches, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thought has to be that they were like not that stressful, right?
Yeah, they're low stress innings for sure.
He walked with the bases loaded in the first inning. The pitcher walked with the bases loaded in the first inning.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I remember when the Cubs walked Yu Darvish with the bases loaded in the NLCS.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Bat flipped
that was like
himself.
my favorite moment, actually.
It was the best.
I'm so glad you just reminded me of that.
It was the best. Someone said on social media today, some people that I know posted about, said the Dodgers got murdered on national TV last night. And I was like, don't respond. You don't need to respond to that. And then someone said, so glad it wasn't the Cubs. And then, so I did respond to that. And I said, well, it was the Cubs 3 weeks ago via the Cardinals. And clearly that didn't go over well for me. But it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why a Cubs fan would try that. Right?
Yeah. Cole just
we had some interesting...
Damn right. Edward, did you watch last night? Edward, are you still here?
We had some interesting...
It's okay, Evan. Richie doesn't watch the show.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't talk to him anymore.
We had an opportunity for some interesting social commentary during the Braves-Cardinals.
Oh, yes. This was good. This is good stuff.
One that actually I haven't seen brought up in a while. There was a lot of backlash against the tomahawk chop. And not just... also, Eddie also scared for Holt's mental health.
Edward knows.
But it was a really interesting... I remember my first experience at tomahawk chop was in '96 when the Braves just embarrassed the Cardinals in what I believe was the NLCS. I was 11. It was truly some of the first pain I felt as a sports fan. And I remember thinking then, like, this is sort of dumb. Why are they doing,
right.
This doesn't really make sense. And 23 years later, they still do it. Nope.
I got a feeling.
I mean, actually, yeah. But
slide in my DMs. I'll let you know.
But there was a lot. I feel like there was a lot of sort of discussion of it before or during game. I think it was game one, and then they a media member asked Cardinals pitcher Ryan Helsley, who is Native American, coming from, I believe he's from Tahlequah, right? He's from Oklahoma.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
I believe he's full-blood Cherokee. Asked him about it, and he answered honestly and not even that like aggressively. He's like, it's really disappointing. It doesn't feel like they understand my whatever,
Right. Yeah.
And people freaked out. Like he got like tons of hate. Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
And like the Braves, like every fan base has terrible people in it.
We just hit 12 viewers.
Hey, oh, they're gone.
Oh, back down. Hey, number 12. Sorry.
Every fan base has terrible people in it.
Yeah.
I really hate it when like Mike Petriello did this to Cardinals fans on Twitter. He like cherry picked this one guy who said that they thought that Yadier Molina was better than Mike Trout. And they had like 12 Twitter followers and never posted. And he like brought them onto his big stage and was like, look at this idiot.
Right.
But
Twitter's nasty.
I know. But with the thing, like lots of people love the tomahawk chop.
Yeah, that was very apparent in yesterday's
in like
game.
An angry sort of way.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. The Braves seems like tried to Braves fan Evan French saying Braves fans still did the tomahawk chop immediately when Fowler came up. Yeah, we're talking about it. Evan. Give us a second. Sorry. I didn't mean that. Don't turn it off.
This is not a live show.
But so they removed, instead of handing out the foam tomahawks. They took them off of people's seats, and they released a statement about like they're reassessing how they handle in-game celebrations. But then there was a thing in there about they will not initiate the tomahawk chop chant while Ryan Helsley is pitching. It's like, well, it's not just him. It's like it's like a problem.
He's still in the stadium.
Well, it's like a problem outside of him. Like,
no, right, I know, but
it's not his problem.
Astros just went up 5-1 on a home run. Solo shot to right.
Brantley.
That's totally Brantley. Good job.
Oh, they moved Brantley to. They flipped Brantley in. Isn't Altuve usually second and Brantley's third for them? I think so. Anyways, I responded to you that I felt like the Braves like handled it appropriately at first, but then when I saw that like caveat of when Helsley was pitching, it was like, well, maybe they don't get it at all. And then as soon as the Braves had a moment to use it, they blared the chop on the like PA at the stadium.
Because like the stuff I was noticing is that.
Yeah. Sure do, Michael.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
That's our producer.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Production.
What's it?
Dennis thinks we're doing great.
Yeah, so Al, I can bring you one after this. So I have a question, and I'm just curious what you think of this. I think that
this holds cleanest pour in half mental history.
That's true. I think that there is no place for the chop.
No, there's not.
Obviously, but my question is because when I heard it a lot yesterday, and I only listened to the game, and I started in the first, and then I was only able to watch it from I listened to the first, and then I watched it from the fifth on. It sounded like it was a lot of like fan initiated.
Yeah,
stuff.
So that's the idea is that like if fans are going to do it, they can't stop them, which is true, sort of. I think part of the thing is that like if you admit that the chop is bad. Then like, well, where did the chop come from? Well, we're the Braves. Well, why are you the Brit? You know, like, like it's almost the cornerstone of the building. That's like they don't want to crumble the brand, right?
Right.
Every team is afraid of losing their identity. But I think it'd be cool if they just did it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it, but
yeah,
I'm not a billionaire and I don't have a lot of money to lose, I guess.
The whole like turning the lights out thing, I thought was interesting. That doesn't. No, I agree, Evan. It doesn't make it suck less. My follow-up question, like what I was teeing that up for, is like, how do you police that?
I mean,
which Dan kind of answered. I mean, I guess maybe you could start like giving warnings or kicking out people that are starting it.
Yeah, there is also like a cycle though. Like if the team truly stopped, Astros just pouring it on.
Astros, we have left off. So
the thing is, if the Braves, don't play it on the PA, right? So if the Braves stopped any like,
are you even watching this?
True outward encouragement of it, if they could eliminate the actual tomahawk from their branding. I mean, they could,
right?
They could not play it on the PA, and like some fans would do it for like a couple more years, and then it would stop. Hey, thanks, Mayor. Dan's family chiming in.
Mary. I thought it said Molly, and I was like, ew, gross. Hi, Mary. Yeah. I mean, maybe even a name change at this point.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I don't get. Like, the Braves they have a new stadium. They have a great, young, exciting team.
Oh, that's awesome.
The most home
I didn't
runs
know that.
as a second baseman in the postseason, yeah.
Is that screen name Chill Gaming 64? Because that's cool.
Chill Gaming?
Yeah, Chill Gaming 64. I also love the Nintendo 64.
So they've got all this stuff. Why not become the Atlanta whatever? I mean,
right.
I don't know.
Well, one more second on the Atlanta thing, because I feel like we've covered it. But I've also heard that the stadium, they just like the new SunTrust Stadium, they like have moved it to a neighborhood that's like
It's like outside,
not easy to get to. Yeah. And a lot of people are not thrilled with the Atlanta Braves. Can you read that for me?
Chris saying Syracuse is a good model for the total brand change. Ever wonder how a citrus fruit took up residence in upstate New York? Used to be the Saltine Warrior. Not a good look. Right. So colleges did this 20 years ago. Marquette University was I think they were the Warriors too. Now they're the Golden Eagles. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Guys.
Right.
It doesn't have to be hard. And in a lot of ways, like the Braves are in a position to do it because they have this team that is going to create memories for their fan base. Like if you change the name when the team's terrible, then it just like disappears to an extent.
Right.
But like to piggyback on Marquette again, they changed their name and it was years later, but Dwayne Wade did the things he did for Marquette as a Golden Eagle. Like that is now part of the Golden Eagle history. There's not this old thing anymore.
And with the Braves, you have a chance to get a lot of people.
Do it now, and Acuna is going to hit 400 home runs.
Ozzy Albies.
With Atlanta whatever's on his chest.
Right.
Just, I don't know. Yeah, Texas Tech was Red Raiders. I don't know.
Evan, is that? No way that's true.
No. I'm not endorsing that statement without citation. Citation needed, Evan. Where's Tyler Norton at?
I don't know. He's missing out. So we had someone mention that Chill Gaming 64 mentioned that Jose Altuve has the most home runs from a second baseman in the postseason, which is awesome.
I'll believe it. You know what else happened?
Okay, what?
Yadier Molina has played in more postseason games than anybody else.
Let's go back
in
to
history.
Let's go back to that.
Okay,
that's great.
Yeah.
I was gonna just talk about the Dodgers for a second.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like in Game 3, we were like 4 strikeouts away from breaking the all-time strikeout record in an NLDS, which we did by 1,000.
So you guys struck out more times.
We struck out more than any team ever has struck out in
an NLDS.
Yep, in a Division Series game or round. Also, AJ Pollock, had 13 at bats in the Division Series.
How many times did he strike out?
11 times. And Corey Seager,
you guys owe him $90 million more or something.
And Corey Seager was like an automatic out. If you throw Corey Seager a breaking pitch to the inner half of the plate, he is going to swing and miss every time.
That's the Cody Bellinger story from last postseason.
Yeah, the Astros exposed that. Yeah. I think in 2017.
Was that 2 years ago?
And then
that was ugly when that happened to Bellinger.
Anyway, let's talk about the Cardinals and the Braves for a second longer.
Great.
Or maybe not a second. This is really fun.
Yeah. I got to go in like 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. Yankees fans out there, you guys killed it. Sorry, I don't have much to say about that series. Can you read
that? When do the stat boys start caring about K? Something 7 of 8 teams that struck out the fewest times made the playoffs.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's good not to strike out. I don't know.
Hot take here.
Well, no. I mean, the Astros they led the league in strikeouts as a pitching staff and had the least strikeouts as on offense.
You know what?
It's no secret, Eddie.
Yeah. This just in. The goal in baseball is to not strike out. Sorry, Edward. I love you. You know what I'm really on board for is no
passes Chase Utley for most home runs.
Yeah.
Holt just got the alert.
Chill Gaming, good call. He passed Chase Utley for the most home runs in the postseason by a second baseman. No intentional walks. That is my new shiz.
The next frontier is no sacrifice bunts.
I don't know about that. I'm not there yet.
I understand.
So, but also I'm a fan of the Dodgers, so
Yeah.
I'm not anywhere ever. Okay, you had this interaction between Carlos Martinez. Is it Carlos?
Yeah. This was not great. We can talk about it.
And Ronald Acuna.
Yeah.
In game 1.
I think it was game 1. Yeah.
So Acuna plays with a lot of emotion. He plays high energy. He plays the game loud, as they say now.
Yeah, we play loud,
and we all love it.
Ronald
I think we all love it.
Yeah.
It bites him in the butt sometimes. I think in that very same game, you saw him hit a ball off the wall that he only got a single off of because he was like pimping it.
Yeah.
And he should have been standing on second base in a close game in the postseason.
Yeah.
So I could see where like management would be furious about stuff like that. But I also bet management loves it when he hits a home run and is
So he hit a home run off of Carlos Martinez,
right,
and pimped the hell out of it.
You love that. So I was curious what your take was.
So here's my take.
Ooh, this sounds like it's gonna be good.
It pains me to see Carlos Martinez
in pain.
I mean, I don't like his reaction to that. He said that he thought that Acuna should have shown more respect to him as a veteran player. Was Carlos Martinez? I believe those were his words. And like, I don't love that take. He later clarified that like the issue was that Acuna was like trying to make eye contact with him. And I'm willing to accept that there's like a little bit of a difference between celebration and like trying to make like, I get it. I do think there's a difference there.
Right. Do you know if that's true?
No, I have not verified that.
Okay.
I don't like that was Martinez's reaction.
Right.
I think that it reminded me of I forget what pitcher. You actually might remember it because we've talked about it. One of the pitchers, I want to say last season, said like, you play with emotion. My emotion is that I get pissed off when you celebrate.
Right.
Like that's my reaction. Like this is the reaction that.
Yeah.
And so it kind of reminded me of that. Like, well, hey, if you want me to accept my reaction to this is that I'm now upset. And like, that's it.
I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
What we've talked about a million times on this show. I think pitchers should be able to react. Oh, so Edward, this okay, really quick, I'll finish this thought, but
we'll talk about Tommy Pham's interview.
I'll just finish this thought really quick because these are two good ones.
Yeah.
I think pitchers should be able to react.
Yeah.
But by celebrating on the mound or screaming,
which Martinez
whatever they have to do,
which Martinez does,
screaming.
Yeah.
But what you don't do is throw a 98. I
agree.
You don't retaliate physically.
Yeah.
Show your emotion.
Martinez did not do that.
Didn't he? So he got buzzed in this series.
Jack Flaherty hit Acuna yesterday.
Okay.
Well, likely not on purpose. I mean, he had Acuna 1 and 2 in the 7th inning. Like, probably wasn't on purpose, or 6th inning, not 7th.
Okay, you have a limited amount of time, so let's hit these questions.
I want to hit on the.
Well, real quick,
Dan's thoughts on Soto's little wiggle. We talked about that earlier.
This is one of the first things we talked about because Dan mentioned how one of the favorite. Say what you said earlier.
I love Holt's reaction to the team that is beating him.
He was just saying that I get mad at individual players when the Dodgers are. Anyway, I was saying that I don't know that I love Juan Soto because he does this little wiggle every time a Major League Baseball player throws a ball, which is just part of the game.
Yeah.
Dan hasn't noticed it yet, and we made the joke that
I'll notice.
You just wait because you'll see it about 40 times a game.
Okay, so Tommy Pham is both one of the great ball players and great philosophers of our time. I love Tommy Pham.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the honest tragedies in St. Louis Cardinal baseball in the last handful of years is that Mozeliak and Mike Matheny sort of ran him out of town.
I say this
He's
every
so
time.
good.
I say this every time we talk about Tommy Pham. Best biceps in the game.
Sure.
I'm not sure that it's true, but I like saying it.
He got this nickname among Cardinal fans of Tommy Steal Your Girl Pham.
Nice.
He's actually not the most handsome dude, but he's just got it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, combined with those biceps.
Yeah. So, somebody after the game asked him, it's sort of a dumb question, but
it was kind of a random question.
Stuff, like, people are asked this all the time and they give like dumb answers. But the question was like, who do you want to thank for the success that you've enjoyed as a ball player?
Coaches throughout the year, everyone that helped get you here.
And Tommy Pham, who truly had like major doubters, including the St. Louis Cardinals in his career, and was at the risk of going blind at a couple years ago. He said, honestly, I'm proud of myself because I've never doubted my ability and I've worked so hard. I'm just proud of myself.
Yeah.
And it's like the best answer, I think.
It is. It's awesome.
And he's not like, he's able to say that. Like, I don't think that he sounds like a jerk.
No, and he even, like, not that he had to, but he even, I think there was like a slow build up to Chill Gaming 64. Hop in if I'm wrong, but I think he was like, there's been coaches over the years, of course, but like,
he talked about
losing his dad and how he had no like mentor or anything like that.
He was throwing batting practice to himself and playing catch up against his garage door. I mean, he talked about doing it himself.
Yeah,
and I mean, he's great.
Yeah, no, I thought that was really cool. Good question. Yeah,
I appreciate you bringing that,
and also again,
to our attention.
Chill Gaming 64.
Just a great screen.
Cool screen.
Is so upset.
So it's 6-1. I think we can confidently say that the Houston Astros will advance.
Yep.
Which I think can confidently say that is bad news for the Cardinals.
Well, they won't play him till next round, till the World Series, right?
Yeah, no one's going to beat the Astros.
I think you're probably right.
That said,
are there divisional series MVPs? I thought of this. I don't think they name them, right?
Well, Max Muncy didn't get one, so I don't think there are.
Muncy actually had a great season.
Muncy was awesome. I mean, the amount of times I've listened to Brass Monkey in the last week and a half has been disgusting.
I mean, Ronald Acuna Jr. was the best player in our series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Muncy was maybe the best player in your series. I mean,
yeah.
That's not the way the cookie crumbles
sometimes. Nope. No, but there will be MVPs in the CS.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good. Let's go ahead and update our predictions because
sure.
They've
been trashed.
My World Series, shocker, my World Series champion. How about
Mike Schilt going off in the locker room? Yeah, we talked about that
earlier. But one thing we haven't touched on about Mike Schlitt is that he is
not his name.
Mike Schmidt. What is it? Hang
Schilt.
on.
Mike Schilt.
What, I mean, same difference. He is like one of, I believe the stat is that he is one of two managers to take his team to the postseason that has no Major League Baseball.
Never played professionally.
That never played Major League Baseball. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me want to like quit my job.
Yeah, you mentioned that a few shows ago too.
Okay, cool. So I still agree with myself from a few weeks ago.
Schlitz. Mike
Schlitz. See, I told you.
Evan, you got it.
So we have to update our predictions because we both had the Dodgers.
Astros, right?
Astros. No, we both had Dodgers Yankees, actually.
Did we?
Yeah. I have it in my notebook.
Okay.
So that means we've got a 50% chance of getting one of those right.
I don't think that's how math works.
Yeah. There's a 90% chance that we can do that half later. So I'm going to say the Cardinals advance to the World Series.
Yeah, let's go all in here, man. I said it months ago when the Cardinals started their run that I was ready to get hurt again.
Yeah.
And Game 4 was the most painful game I've had. It was not.
I know, that was funny. I was like,
it's probably not as bad as your Game 5.
Dan's watching the playoffs again. Yeah, I think.
So I'm going Cardinals.
I think the Cardinals will make it. And I think what the Cardinals should hope for is a long, drawn-out series from the Yankees-Astros, which is probably likely.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the Astros will advance.
Yeah. The Astros are just
their
so
pitching.
good.
It really just comes.
I mean,
down
like
to the
Greinke
pitching.
had a bad game, but it doesn't matter. I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
actually, Verlander didn't have a great game either, but
he should have never started that game.
yeah, he was on short rest, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why you do that to a pitching staff with those guys on.
Yeah,
like why do you start anyone on short rest?
Totally agree. Well, this has been super fun. Maybe
thanks, guys.
We'll do it more often. Thanks for joining us, everyone. This is Half Mental
live
for the first
inaugural. Cheers.
Cheers. See you next time.